Hey everyone, in this video, we'll uncover the most valuable USA silver Washington quarter dollar you should be on the lookout for. We'll break down what makes these silver Washington quarter dollars so special, how much they're worth in today's market, and what you need to know to sell them successfully at auction. So let's get started. First up, the 1981 Washington's quarter with the Denver D mint mark is sometimes mistaken for silver because of its metallic shine, but it is not a silver coin. By 1981, the U.S. Mint had long since stopped producing circulation quarters in silver. Ever since 1965, all quarters intended for everyday use have been made of a copper core with a copper-nickel clad outer layer. This clad composition gives the coin its silvery look, but contains no silver content. Only certain proof sets from the San Francisco Mint, carrying an S Mint mark, were struck in 90% silver in later years, not the regular Denver Mint circulation pieces like yours. Your coin is described as having a black color, a shade, and being dirty with some scratches. The dark toning or discoloration is typically the result of exposure to air, moisture, or chemicals over decades, while natural toning can sometimes add character. Heavy darkening combined with dirt and scratches generally lowers the appeal for collectors. The scratches are especially important since they are considered post-mint damage and not part of normal wear. This damage reduces the coin's desirability in the numismatic market. Condition-wise, a 1981 D quarter in circulated or dirty condition falls well below the mint state levels collectors seek. Circulated examples are common because the Denver Mint produced more than 356 million quarters that year. With such a huge mintage, most survivors are only worth face value unless they are in pristine, uncirculated grades. In today's market, a 1981 D in dirty condition with scratches will usually bring only its face value of 25 cents. Collectors generally pay premiums only for coins graded MS-65 and above, where values can reach $10 to $25, and for superb gem MS-67 examples, which are far scarcer and may sell for $200 or more at auction. It is worth noting that some rare mint errors from 1981D can exist. Off-center strikes, double strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchette, such as a dime or cent blank, can be quite valuable. These error pieces are unusual and must be authenticated by a grading service to establish true market value. Without such an error, however, most circulated 1981 D quarters remain common and trade at face value. In summary, the 1981 D Washington quarter in black color shade, dirty condition, and with scratches is a standard copper-nickel clad coin, not silver. In today's market, its value is about 25 cents unless it is a rare error or a high-grade mint state example. While not rare or valuable, it still represents a piece of American coinage history from the early 1980s. Part of the long-running Washington quarter series that was nearing the end of its eagle reverse design era before the in-state quarters program began in 1999. Next up, the 1995 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia P Mint mark is sometimes referred to as silver because of its shiny appearance. But it is not actually a silver coin. By 1995, the U.S. Mint had not produced circulation silver quarters for 3 decades. All regular quarters since 1965 have been copper-nickel clad, with a pure copper core and an outer layer of copper-nickel alloy. This composition makes them look silvery, but they contain no precious metal content. The only true 90% silver Washington quarters from the 1990s were special proof issues made at the San Francisco Mint with an S Mint mark, not circulation pieces from Philadelphia. Your coin is described as having a black color shade, being dirty and showing scratches. The dark toning or black shade usually comes from oxidation or environmental exposure, often from being stored in damp or acidic conditions. Dirt and surface marks also detract from the appearance, and scratches are considered damage that reduces collector interest. Collectors generally prefer coins with original luster and minimal marks, so a dirty, scratched example falls on the lower end of the grading scale in terms of condition. Such a coin would be considered circulated, with noticeable wear and post-mint damage. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 1.1 billion Washington quarters in 1995, making this one of the most common issues in the entire series. Because of the high mintage, circulated coins like yours typically trade only for face value, 25 cents, in today's market. Even in uncirculated condition, most 1995 P quarters are only worth $1 to $5, only coins in top gem grades, such as MS67, are scarce and can sometimes bring over $100 at auction. But those coins must be free of damage and have exceptional eye appeal. Error coins from 1995 are known and can add value if identified. These include off-center strikes, double strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchette. Such mint errors are rare and need to be authenticated by a grading service to establish true market value. Without an error, however, the vast majority of 1995P quarters remain common and have no premium over face value unless they are in pristine condition. In summary, Washington quarter with black color shade in dirty condition and with scratches is a standard clad circulation coin, not silver. In today's market, its value is about 25 cents. While not rare or valuable, it is still part of the final years of the Eagle Reverse. Washington quarters before the state quarters program began in 1999, giving it historical significance even if its market price is low. Next up, the 1986 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia P Mint mark is often mistaken as silver due to its bright metallic shine, but in fact, it is not made of silver. Since 1965, all U.S. quarters struck for circulation have been composed of a copper core clad with a copper-nickel outer layer. This gives the coin its silvery look, but contains no actual silver. The only silver quarters made in the 1980s were special collector proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint with an S Mint mark. Not Philadelphia circulation issues, your coin is described as being in damaged condition with some scratches. Damage is a key factor when it comes to coin value. Unlike normal, where from circulation, damage refers to physical problems like gouges, bends, corrosion, or heavy scratches that occurred after the coin left the mint. Collectors typically avoid damaged coins unless they are very rare dates, which the 1986 P is not. Because of that, damage significantly lowers any collector value your coin might otherwise have had. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 551 million Washington quarters in 1986, making this an extremely common issue. With such a large supply available, only high-grade, pristine mint-state examples are desirable to collectors. An average circulated example in damaged condition is worth only its face value of 25 cents in today's market. Even in uncirculated grades, most 1986 P quarters are valued at $600 to $900, with only top-quality coins graded MS67 or higher reaching into the $100 plus range at auction. Those are scarce because very few coins survive without blemishes. Unfortunately, damaged example falls far below that standard. There is always a possibility of mint errors from 1986, such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, or wrong planchette errors, which can be valuable. However, damage caused after the coin left the mint is not considered an error and does not add value. Only authenticated mint-made errors bring premiums. In summary, the 1986 P Washington quarter in damaged condition with scratches is a standard-clad circulation coin. Not silver, and in today's market, its value is about 25 cents. While it may not hold collector value, it is still a genuine piece of U.S. coinage history from the mid-1980s. Part of the long-running Washington quarter series that would continue with the Eagle Reverse until the state quarters program began in 1999. Next up, the 1989 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia P mint mark is often mistaken for silver because of its metallic shine, but it is not actually a silver coin. By this year, all U.S. quarters struck for circulation had long been made from copper-nickel clad rather than silver. The clad composition features a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper and nickel, which gives the coin its silvery appearance. The only true silver quarters from the modern era were special 90% silver proofs issued for collectors by the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark. Not Philadelphia's circulation strikes. Your coin is described as being in dirty condition with some scratches. Dirt and discoloration often come from decades of circulation and storage. And while mild toning can sometimes be attractive, heavy dirt and surface marks reduce a coin's eye appeal. Scratches are more serious, as they are considered damage that permanently lowers the grade. This means collectors usually pass over such examples in favor of cleaner, better preserved coins. From a mintage standpoint, the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 512 million quarters in 1989, making this an extremely common date in the series. Because of the high supply, circulated coins, even those in decent shape, carry no extra premium and are generally worth only their face value of 25 cents. In today's market, a 1989 P Washington quarter in dirty condition with scratches is still worth just face value. Uncirculated examples, however, can bring modest premiums. A standard mint state coin might sell for $1,500, while superb gems graded MS-67 or higher are scarce and can sometimes reach $200 or more at auction. These high values are reserved only for coins with exceptional luster and virtually no marks, which is the opposite of a dirty or scratched example. Error coins from 1989 are also known, and they can raise value significantly if authenticated. Off-center strikes, double strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchette are collectible and can bring premiums depending on rarity and condition. Without such an error, though, the vast majority of 1989 P quarters are common circulation pieces. In conclusion, the 1989 P Washington quarter in dirty condition with scratches is a standard copper-nickel clad coin, not silver, and in today's market its value is about 25 cents. While not a rare or valuable issue, it still holds its place in the long-running Washington quarter series. Just a decade before the design would shift to the state quarters program in 1999.